Peace and blessings, everybody, man. I'm excited. Very, very excited. I'm excited just being grateful. Grateful to be alive. Grateful to have my right mind. Grateful to just all of the things that people take for granted because it's there. It seems normal and everything like that. For somebody else, it's not normal. To be able to be in my car with the sunroof, y'all see that, and everything like that, and be able to be on my phone and communicate how grateful I am to be able to do a video just off the whim like that, because I thought it in my head is just amazing, right? Because somebody can't do that. And I think sometimes people they don't realize how good they have it until it's gone. Why do it have to be gone for you to understand how good it is, right? That don't make no sense. You know, it don't make any sense because, see, it could be taken from you at any given moment. See, that's why I want to stay in a grateful state of mind, stay in a grateful frequency, and be thankful, because it can always be taken away from you. It can always be taken away from you. One bad accident have you a vegetable. You're in a vegetarian state, right? Not vegetarian, but vegetation state, right? Where you can't do anything for yourself. You can't eat by yourself. You can't go to the bathroom by yourself. Somebody got to do it for you. So if you are depressed, if you a person that's down and out, you need to look at what are you grateful for? Because I'm telling you, somebody would wish they was in your position if they had an opportunity. Somebody on their deathbed wish they had that opportunity that you have, that you're not taking advantage of because you're thinking of what you don't have. See, that's where Adam and Eve messed up at. That's where they messed up at. The enemy made them focus on the lack, on what they didn't have when they had everything. They had everything but one stupid tree. And instead of focusing on the abundance of what they did have, they focused on the lack that they didn't have and made the wrong decision. Got all us jacked up out here. Now it's a war. It's a war between good and evil. And so you just got to understand, we're living in abundance. This is abundance. I don't care what your bank account look like. I don't care what your health is looking like. I don't care what you don't have, what you do have. You're in abundance. You got to think that in your mind first, because if you want to attract abundance, you got to be abundant. You got to be abundant. The only way you be in abundance is you got to think abundant, because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So the question is, what are you thinking? Because if you're not thinking the right way, you're not going to get the right results. What are you thinking? You can always find good in the bad. You can always find positive in the negative. You can always find abundant in the lack. I'm just trying to help somebody. Plus, let's say you in the lack and you looking at things around you that's abundant. You will start attracting abundance. You're going to attract more abundance. At least you feel better. You feel better, you do better. So whatever brought you to the lack, guess what? You ain't going to make those type of decisions no more, because you ain't in a lack mentality. You're more in an abundant mentality because you focus on abundance. If you got both your parents, you better be thankful. I'm blessed to have only one parent. My father passed away. If you have both your grandparents, you better be grateful. I was blessed to know all of my grandparents, with the exception of my mama's dad or whatnot, because he passed when my mama was 3. But other than that, I had a relationship with my mama's mama, right? I had a relationship. Well, I didn't really have a relationship, but I knew of my dad's mom and my dad's dad. You know, I got a memory of them. I was little. I was like maybe about, I was in 5th or 6th grade when my granddad died on my daddy's side, and then I was in about maybe high school when my grandma died, my dad's mom, somewhere around there, but I remember them. All right. I say all this to say this: just be grateful. Be grateful. It may sound easier said than done, but it's very simple. Anybody can be grateful. You can be grateful. So with that said, that's all I got. Peace and blessings. Keep pushing, keep striving, and keep going for greatness, because you are great.